Okay, so I hope you guys are well and that your assignment or part is going okay. Before I get into anything tonight, I just want to know if there's anything you want help with your part, if there's anything you want clarity on, any support before I get into anything else. Because there's no point moving on with work if there's anything you stuck on for that in particular. So tell me, how's the assignment going? You sent a message on the group, Megan. Okay, Pavan, do you want to start? Oh, it says it was deleted. Sorry, I didn't see it. Okay. Megan, do you want to go first? Is the main focus meant to be on pluralism? So, sorry, I'm just pulling up the questions. I have it in front of us. Give me 1 second. Of course, my computer's now deciding to go super slow. That is weird. So yes, the questions here are not okay. Thanks for sharing. Sorry, it's showing my side is deleted, so I didn't actually get a chance to see that yet. Okay, so let me just bring up question 2. So it's not only about pluralism. So let's see, but do we need to include all the theories such as social response? Oh, sorry, I report. Did my response not, or was my response very short? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't give you a very in-depth response. Okay. So it's not just about pluralism. It's more about how your different I'm tripping over my own words this evening because I'm trying to pull it up on the one thing while pulling it up on the other. Right. So what they're wanting you to look at specifically is how different media officers are able to use the media effectively. Okay, so how they're able to. So no, you're not going to give. You don't need to speak to all of those. Oh, I see Megan's left. Hold on, let's get her back on before I carry on. Okay, Megan, can you hear me now? No, that's fine. I just realized I was talking and you weren't there, so there's no point in me talking not there. Okay. So what you're trying to do is show how they can use the media as a means to communicate with the audience. So pluralism is one function of it. You can also speak to I'm trying to pull up, sorry, my textbook is downstairs because that's the clever thing to do when you have your lectures, to not have your textbook in front of you. So what you can do is you can either choose to speak to, say, 2 in less detail or 1 in more detail. I don't expect you to speak to all the normative theories because, like you say, there's only 800 words. There isn't enough to speak about. To me, social responsibility is quite an important one because it's speaking about the responsibility of the media to distribute truthful, accurate information. And even though they are political representatives, they are still needing to give us truthful, accurate information. So it is their responsibility to give us information that is usable, that is speaking to the goals of the political party without shaming the others. So, for example, Megan, what you can do is, so all political parties have a manifesto. They all have a document that they release, and then what they will do is they'll often refer to that in their social media. They will have done um, articles and information to be released in other publications. So what you're needing to look for is where the publication has stipulated that this is a piece written by the political party. Because what they're doing is they're telling us that outright there is going to be a slant, there's going to be a bias there, because obviously they're speaking to their particular publication. What you can also do is look for news articles that speak to Steenhuisen or Papas or whoever they're wanting as your premier or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm just using DA as an example because I literally drove past their boards today on the way home. And what you would do then is look for news articles where the DA or the EFF or the ANC have been directly quoted, where they're giving that information that is truthful and accurate. So you can either highlight how a political party is acting ethically and actually giving us real facts and statistics, or you can maybe speak to how someone has twisted the information and has been called out by other media and what have you. Okay, so I'm glad that helps. So the whole idea is that your examples, all they're trying to reflect is how the media can be used effectively to distribute this truthful and accurate information. Does that clear it up? Or social media is a tool applying the libertarian social responsibility and risks of authoritarian. Yeah, Pavan, that's perfect. Yeah, so obviously when you're using authoritarian, you are speaking to how if we don't have freedom, I'm assuming how if we don't have freedom, then obviously that then can impede our democratic rights, which then obviously links to libertarian as well. Okay, that's fine. And that's the thing, you can use screenshots of social media. So remember, if you want to use social media as an example, whether it be a tweet, Instagram post, a Facebook post, or whatever, you can screenshot it, and then you've just got to make sure you title it screenshot one, give it a title. So example of a tweet from the EFF, reference it. So it would be Twitter 2024 or X 2024. And then when you are writing in your assignment, you just need to make sure you refer to it. So you can't just put them in the, or in your part, sorry. You can't just put it in the question and not refer to it. But having those screenshots and everything makes it easier for me because of, means I'm not having to go and search and everything. So Megan, the way it's worded, they're speaking to the political environment now. So for the 2020, the 29th of May. So what you can do, so more current examples are obviously important, but if you're trying to show where a political party has gone off track, and that's from the previous elections, or if you want to show the different representation from the previous elections to now, you can do that, you can include that. But if you are talking about their media presence now, or how they're using the media now, that would be beneficial. You can't only refer to stuff from the 2020, 2020 or whatever it was. Yeah, it was 2020. That feels like a lifetime ago. Okay. If they hadn't have mentioned the 29th of May, then you could have got away with the older stuff. But because they have mentioned it, we do have to refer to that. Right. What other questions? Ben, do you want to ask about yours for question 1? Okay. Okay, yeah. What about the restructuring of the SABC? Give me a time period as well. Are you talking about the post-apartheid restructuring or the more current restructuring? I know the question speaks to post, but I'm just double checking. Okay. So what's the question? Is that wrong? Okay. So, hey, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking I'm not typing correctly, but yep, I spent a large portion of it discussing the beginning of the SABC, and then obviously going through a lot of rate support, and um, just then going into the censorship during apartheid and a little bit more of the post-apartheid. I put in two. I put in two references. One to speaking about the post-apartheid programming, and then I I went into the satire used in media by people like Zapiro and stuff. But I don't know. There's just something that I'm not happy with, but I've still got about 200 words that I can add something in. So I just brought it to kind of modern day South Africa, but would that be fine just to start off describing the history, going and then just going through the key events? Do I have to cover everything? That's where I was trying to fit everything in.
No, it's physically impossible in the word count they've given you. You can't physically fit it all in. It is a brief synopsis of the SABC, and the thing is that you have to give that history first to understand why the restructuring was so important. So, in terms of your word count, how I would kind of look at it is almost a 50-50. I would put a lot, so it's going to be a lot more brief on the past stuff, giving me that context of the SABC, how it was structured, how it was used during the apartheid era, how it was used as a tool for propaganda. And then I would say about half of the explanation should be about the restructuring side of things. So how it was then needed to become a tool for unification rather than segregation, which again brings up the past stuff, how it needed to ensure that because of our constitution that every person has the right to equal access. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, got that part. That's fine. I think I'm on the right track. But yeah, I was just getting a bit worried because I wanted to kind of like speak more to the social change um, through the restructuring of the SABC, and I felt like I was leaving a lot of the technology or technological advancements out. But again, if I put it in, I feel like it would just get too convoluted with both.
Yeah, so what I would do, if I was you guys, I would focus more on the societal change and the social stuff than the tech side of things. Again, it's just purely word count. If you've spoken to both, then that's great. If you have focused on the societal stuff, but then make mention briefly somewhere, like saying, these changes were aided through this system and that system, I can't expect you in 800 words to go into a hell of a lot of detail because of the sheer volume of information. So I'm okay if you focused on the social side of things more so than the tech side. Um, Having a bit of both is important, but again, I take the approach that if there are both sides to it. If you chose to focus on more social, if someone else focuses more on the technological, but has the but still has a bit of the other side, it's not wrong. There is just so much to fit into such a minimal amount of words that I can go either way and happily accept and mark it either way, as long as both sides of it are mentioned. So what you can say is, like you said with the social, so you say what, I don't know, something to the effect of there's been this physical restructuring in terms of technology availability and all that, but for the purpose of this discussion, the focus will be on the social aspect of it because of the significance of the scrapping of the apartheid regime for a more all-inclusive regime. Well, regime's the wrong word, but more all-encompassing public broadcaster. Does that make sense? Okay. What else, guys? Okay, I'm going to pose another question to you once you guys have asked. You good otherwise? All right. So the other question I was going to pose to you guys, I can start teaching you other new content tonight. You're still working on your assignment. If I go and give you more information, will it be more detrimental to you and your writing of your assignment? Or would me doing the session now, like you guys have been asking questions, and me doing a recording later in the week be more beneficial for you guys so that you're able to go and work on your assignment further? I'm just worried about overloading you because I know there's a lot of assessments at the moment. So I'd like to know how you feel, especially with it just being the two of you. And you can be honest. I'm not... Okay, Megan, you prefer working on assignments? Pavan, what's your leaning? I kind of feel like we need to get this week done and out the way so that then we can focus on your POE, which has been released, surprisingly, guys. So I'm going to convert that tomorrow. I just checked now. And so I will convert that for you guys tomorrow and upload it, even though that's not your focus at all at the moment. Okay. All right, well, then let's do that. Let me leave you to go and work on it. I'm going to then release, like I said, I'll release a recording later in the week and also one next week that speaks to some key elements of Learning Unit 2 that as soon as you've finished your assignment and gone through and edited and all that, that then you can go and listen to and then switch over your focus. And then what I will do as soon as I've converted the POE, I will let you guys know. It will go into the OneDrive so you can have access to it. So once you've finished on Friday, then we can start working on that. And then it just means it also just gives us a little bit of guidance and clarity of where we want to go with the other learning units, with the rest of Learning Unit 2 and Learning Unit 3 and 4. Okay. Right. Are you sure the two of you have no more questions with regards to your part? Okay. I know you guys will message me if you've got more questions. I'm sorry if I've been doing short answers. I was in class all day solidly, and when did you message me that? Yesterday. Sorry, I was very, very out of it yesterday, so I didn't even know that I'd responded. Okay. Perfect. All right, guys, well, have a good evening, and I'm sure I'll chat to you later in the week. It was chaos, but good chaos, so thank you. But yeah, I'll chat to you guys soon. Good luck, and let me know when you've got questions.